Hey y'all, welcome to Sweet Tea and Butterflies. We are doing another just our imagination challenge. So we've had to craft with a plunger, a garden fence, and a rubber stamp. Here are the guidelines here. Our hosts are Brenda with Rustic and Lace and Kathy Joe with Kathy Joe's DIYs, and Jackie is our co-host. So please, when you get done with my video, check out the playlist in the description box below and go watch all of the videos there. We are full of amazing crafters with so much talent. I really, you'll love some of the creations that they come up with. So go check it out when you get done with mine. So here we are starting with the plunger. I painted the handle black, left the base unpainted because you'll see here in a minute what I'm doing with it. And yes, no, I did not make you watch all of the painting. Sorry, I was out of frame there for a minute. It's kind of awkward because that plunger is so tall. Next, you'll see I am taking some of this nautical rope or jute rope. I don't know. Well, it's a jute rope. And I'm wrapping it around. I will do that all the way up where it ends up wrapping around the handle. I cannot articulate today, y'all. You'll see what I'm doing here in a minute. But I just take a little bit and go around and around and around. And for this, I did glue all the way as I was going. I glued every spot as I was wrapping along there because it was essential that all of that stays in place. And as you can see here, I've tapered in as I've gone up, and that can be accomplished by, as you get past the bottom part of the plunger there, or the top of the bottom of the plunger, taking and hot gluing just to the inside of the, see how I did there, and then wrapping toward the inside, and you can taper it in to go up around the handle. Now, this particular project was inspired by Kelly Barlow. She did something like this in one of her videos. So I just kind of took her inspiration and put my own twist on it. If you enjoy the content that we are putting out, please, we would love it if you would like, subscribe, comment, and share. For those of you that are subscribers, thank you so much for supporting our channel. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. And we hope that we inspire you to create something great. So here I'm just kind of going in, and now that I kind of have that formed on there, I'm going in and hitting it with some hot glue to make sure it's adhered all the way down, all the way around it. If that made any sense. So have you guessed what the bottom of this is going to be? And here I take and use a little bit of black paint, get in there and paint that section inside that circle black. So it looks like there's like a opening going into a dark little cave, so to speak, or in this case, a beehive. Got in there with, paint all through in every little nook and cranny in there. That took a minute. And now I'm pulling out some pretty yellow flowers and adding a few around there. I didn't have any of the little bees from Dollar Tree, and I thought Dee Dee had some, but she said she can't find them. So I'm gonna have to make a few little bees to put on there. I'll do a separate video with that because I ran out of time. I had to get this done. So you're seeing the finished product minus the bees that need to go on there, and I will probably make a separate video when I make the bees, just so that anybody who's interested can see how that's done. But you can make them with 2 different size wooden beads, or whatever pardon me, beads of your choice. The weather around here needs to make up its mind whether it's going to be warm spring weather or cold winter weather. It is really messing with my my sinuses, as you can probably tell. But I guess that's part of living in Tennessee. Some days you get all 4 seasons in one day. Joy, joy. And see, there we have it. Minus the bees. Now we're on to DIY number 2. This one, I had started these books for this book stack last spring, and I was just running too far behind it, and I didn't finish them. So I didn't paint them on screen or on video. They were already painted, but here I'm taking and using the rubber stamp. So I used one that I had that had like a bird's nest with a butterfly on the top of the book, and then I've got these little letter stamps that I'm using for the titles on the binding of the book. Now, these pieces of wood that I used for this, oh Lord, I can't remember where it was I ordered them from. But when you look at the side, from the side, it's layered, so it looks like pages if you paint it just right. Like, I'll paint the binding of the book, and then the for the one side of it, I'll paint it the same color as the top and bottom, and then I'll take and paint around the other 3 edges. I'll kind of whitewash with kind of a white watered down paint, so it's kind of a whitewash, so it looks like pages in there. I thought they were, these were really cool. But anyway, I took and painted, the one that I'm working on now is an apple barrel lilac or something. Hold on, lavender sachet. That's what it was. The yellow is Waverly Maize, and the bluish green turquoise color one is Waverly's Agave. But what I did here is on the bindings, I did Spring Has Sprung, and you'll notice here that I had a fun little oopsie. I got the letter, or the words, all stamped on the bindings, and then I stacked the books and I glued the books together. It wasn't until after I got done filming that I realized that I stacked the books where it said Spring Sprung Has. So I had to correct that. The books would not come apart, so I just painted over the 2 that I messed up the words on, let that dry, and went back and stamped them the way they should be. Spring Has Sprung. Yeah, that was a dodo moment for me. I didn't even notice. See? Did not even notice that I had done that. So, we all have those moments. So any of you out there, don't beat yourself up when you have a moment like that. We all do. I kind of left it in there where I showed you that. Just so that you don't beat yourself up if you make little oopsies or have, one of those days where everything doesn't want to work the way you need it to. I know often when you watch DIY videos, on YouTube and all that, it looks like everything comes together perfectly. That's not always the case, and that's another thing I love about this group of crafters that I'm working with for this challenge. None of them are afraid to leave their oopsies in there sometimes, just so that you can see that, hey, it's not always perfect for us either. It happens. So here, I took, Dollar Tree has some really neat looking ribbon this year, and so I picked up some of, it's kind of a lavender, kind of looks like a fabric type. I can't describe it, but I really like that ribbon, so I picked some of it up when I was going through, and not even with this project in mind. I was just going through, I was like, ooh, that's a pretty ribbon. Like, I need any more ribbon. Oh my god. If you saw my ribbon stash, it's scary. Okay, so on to DIY number 3. This is the one where I used the garden fence. I picked up 2 of these mini trays at Dollar Tree. Again, when I picked those up, this was not in my, I had a whole different idea for the garden fence, and the closer it got to making it, the more I was like, I don't see, I still could not figure out how to execute what I was seeing in my brain. So with this, I sat there and pondered for a few minutes trying to figure out, what I was going to do with these. And then it dawned on me that, we're about to have a booth in the painted tree, and I needed some of what I'm putting in there is going to be like coasters. So, coasters and stuff like that. So I needed some little bins that I could stand the sublimated coasters up in, to where people can shuffle through. So that's what those are for. I was like, oh, I can create some little display pieces for our booth. So that's what I did. So that it'll have a specific function, and not be something that is sitting in my house that, I've told y'all before, I live in a tiny house. My crafting supplies are taking over right now that I have in the house. But yeah, I don't have room for a bunch of decor items and stuff like that. So yeah, there's that. That's what I thought. And see, while these challenges, with these challenge items, they're fun and they make me think outside of the box. There are some things that we craft with of these challenge items that I wouldn't sell. Something, like these with the, these plastic fences. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit what my target customer would buy, but it works great for a display piece. So now that plunger, that I can put in my booth, and that's where it's going to go, is our painted tree booth. Same with the book stacks, or the book stack. But we're really excited to get in there. We were aiming for this weekend to get everything moved in, or and set up, and then I realized, oh, this is the weekend I have a video due. I don't know that I can do this weekend. So, not to mention the fact that there was way more that we need to get done in preparation for that. So we opted to wait till next weekend, because there's several things, that I need to make or whatever for the booth. One of the things being stencils for decorating the walls. We're going to put butterflies fluttering around on the walls. Now, we just got like a little shelf at this point. We decided to start small and see how it goes. So that's what we did. Oh, and you can see here that I went chattering along here. So I took, and the fencing piece I put glued to the back of one of those trays, and no matter how careful you are when you cut these, those edges are almost never perfect, and I didn't like that. I didn't like the way that looked. I was like, well, that's okay. We have flowers. We're going to run flowers up this little trellis, so to speak. So that's what I did to kind of hide those jagged edges where I cut it. Use some of these purple flowers that I picked up at Dollar Tree in the same run that I got the trays and all of that. The trays, these flowers, I did not pick up for this DIY. I was just walking through, or for any of these DIYs, I was just walking through Dollar Tree. I was like, I do a lot of tiered tray decor. So I'm always grabbing some of the smaller flowers if I see them, and I was like, oh, those are pretty purple flowers and those are pretty yellow flowers. So I grabbed, a couple of them. Not even with the intent for them to be part of any of these DIYs. I totally switched gears. When I sat down to actually do them, I totally switched gears on what I was going to do with these challenge items. And I'm really happy with what I created from those. So I'm glad I switched gears, in other words. But yeah, I put one or two of the little yellow on there too, just to give it that pop. Our brand colors are purple, lavender, and yellow, and like a light green, a pale green. So I wanted to make sure that since these were actually not for sale, but something to display items in, I wanted to make sure that they matched our branding. Now, I didn't paint the bottoms of these. Like I was running way behind on getting these videos done. So I will go back and paint the bottom, and now that I'm looking at it and thinking about it, I will probably add some beads for legs at the bottom to raise it up just a little bit. That thought just hit me as I was watching this, doing this. But yeah, it took me all day yesterday just to edit the video part. My computer is just being obnoxious, and while I love my new phone that I got, I don't love the fact that it takes video in a format that is not supported by my editing program. So I have to convert it before I can even edit it. Which it's a pain, but okay, whatever. But my my computer, it's mostly my computer, is just totally being obnoxiously slow and made it very difficult. So it took me all day to to even get the video part of this edited. So I've got some of those little cutouts, and I don't know if we got those. I think we got these at Hobby Lobby. Little butterfly laser cut pieces, and I painted those with the lavender sachet, and just placed one on each side toward the bottom where I started, the flowers going up. Most of them I tucked around the back, but it just, there were spots there that I wasn't happy with the way it looked, so, and butterflies are part of our logo, so it fits. I threw some butterflies in there to cover up those spots and just to add a little whimsy. See? And that was, then we were pretty much, I was pretty much done with it. I can't wait till the weather warms up some so that I can get the other cabin, where we can sit down and me and Dee Dee can actually get together and do some crafting together. And I'm also looking forward to crafting some with my daughter-in-law. But, see, I've just got, just put those on there, and these are pretty much done, other than the fact that I'm going to go back and paint the bottom and add beads to give it a little bit of height. So, just want to say thank you so much for watching. We hope that you like, subscribe, comment, and share. When you hit the subscribe button, don't forget to hit that notification bell and choose how often you want to be notified each time we post new content. So I hope that y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.